Hello and welcome to a little comparison video for The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild. Now obviously it's out on two platforms, Switch and Wii U, and we already know that performance is perhaps not going to be that different between the two. Yes, the Switch should actually be able to go a bit further, but it's always going to be interesting to see, as we make these direct comparisons and others in the future, how close that gap is or how big that gap is. Now this isn't exactly the first time that Nintendo have pulled this trick, and when Twilight Princess released on the GameCube and Wii at the same time, the entire game was quite famously flipped horizontally for the motion controls of the newer console. Literally switching Link from being left-handed to right-handed just so it matched the majority of players who are now using motion controls. There's no need to make such a drastic distinction here, and in fact Nintendo have almost gone out of their way to say that the Switch and Wii U will be getting an identical game outside of graphical resolution and certain sound effects and, performance overall. Disappointingly, this also means that the Wii U doesn't make use of the gamepad for any kind of second screen functionality. Given that the Sheikah Slate is basically a tablet that you've got on your hip, it would have been absolutely perfect for the Wii U to let you just glance down at the gamepad and check your inventory, look at the map, switch weapons, that kind of thing. But no, there's none of that here. All you've got is a big button that just says tap the screen to switch to gamepad mode, and then conversely tap the screen to switch back to TV mode. There's also a complete lack of touchscreen support in the menus, which I just find bizarre because both consoles actually have touchscreens, and it would have made inventory management just a little bit more intuitive when playing in handheld mode. So the only real and tangible differences are going to be with graphics and performance. On Wii U, the game tops out at 720p on TV, and that's a resolution that the Switch manages to do in handheld mode, where it's got a 720p 6.2-inch screen. But the Switch can push on further when you plug it into a TV, and it goes up to 900p when it's docked and you're playing on TV. Now, no, it's not the kind of leap that we've seen with the PlayStation 4 Pro being able to push on from 1080p to 4K, but there is a noticeable step up in clarity from this, or actually a step down in our case as we played on the Wii U after playing on the Switch. The Wii U can look like a fuzzy mess in busier scenes, and with a lot of long grass and foliage on the Great Plateau opening area, there's lots and lots of edges, all of which can be aliased. That's not to say that the Switch is perfectly clear, but having it at 900p does add to the effect, and there are some improvements to things like filtering of the textures and stuff like that. Sadly, both consoles are prone to slow down when playing on TV, and it is very noticeable. The Wii U does struggle more often and for longer, and it can actually be more affected during action scenes. Once you reach areas more densely populated with NPCs, or you've got a lot of visual effects, then the frame rate will drop. But it's not always just the action sequences and fights that trigger this, and that's true of both consoles. Simply running through the fields can induce a noticeable drop on either console, which doesn't really seem to add up, so there must be some kind of loading or caching going on in the background that is giving you these halts. That said, playing at 720p in the Switch's handheld mode is practically perfect and sticks to 30 frames per second as much as I've been able to notice. But despite the hiccups, both versions of the game still manage to shine visually thanks to the strength of the vibrant art direction, and it's still an impressive showcase for the Wii U. If you're obsessed with getting the best performance in your games, then neither platform is going to truly satisfy you because they both do dip, but the Wii U will frustrate you just that little bit more often. However, this game looks set to go down in history as one of the very best rated games of all time, and with the rolling hills, the mountains, the deserts and this gorgeous open world stretching out before you on either platform, it's good to know that you're getting effectively the same overall experience on both consoles. Now I know we've not done any frame rate analysis, but I hope that this video has given you a decent look at how the game shapes up on both platforms and the visual differences. If you'd like to see more of our videos, then obviously like this video, subscribe to our channel, and we've got tons more written content over on the6thAxis.com, where I hope you will join us again soon. Until then, goodbye!